Hey, what's up guys? Christian over at Enfig Car Stereo. Today we are in a 0708 A4. This is pretty much the same thing for 02 and up. I just had an 02 and I checked it had it too. If you look over here, it has a little hole. That's where the factory microphone goes. In the early ones, they had something where it was speed dependent, where like the faster you went, it picked up cabin noise and it made the radio go louder. It never worked right, so they stopped making it. I've never even seen a car that has it, I think. But anyway, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this little panel off real quick. So you're just gonna grab your panel tool. This is you could use, this is a PPT tool. It's actually supposed to be a scraper, but I like it because it's wide. All right, so we're just gonna go in there and just pry it out. Just should be gentle. Okay, and that comes out like so. On some cars, you're gonna have if you have factory Bluetooth, there's gonna be a microphone in there. The reason I say that, a lot of cars, you know, they come with the Bluetooth, but it breaks or whatever, so people replace it with a tension. But this would be the factory Bluetooth mic. This, like I said, is a different mic, and we're gonna put that right there. All right, so on here, oh well. For some reason it goes back and forth. It's usually Phillips heads. Every once in a while I get a surprise and it's a Torx. T20 Torx. This one's a Torx. So I got one. Alright. Like so. Drop that down. I usually put them in the cup holder so they don't get lost. That fell between the seats. I'll get that when we're done. Alright, so now I'm going to grab here and just pull down. Okay. And then just on the back side, we're going to pull forward. And then you see there's a little, you know, alright. So this is the, what we're doing over here. Now let me go get the mic and I'll be right back. Alright guys, now we got this big thing floating in here. This is the little hole. So it's on the other side, see? Look at my finger. I'm very excited because this is the microphone that used to come with a product that we used to sell. And I asked the manufacturer, I used to bug them every 6 months, but like, have you found the supplier? Have you found the supplier? And then all of a sudden I get an email saying, hey, good news, we just found 400 of these in our warehouse. I believe them, but part of me is like, did you find them or did you just buy them just for me so you can make money? Anyway, so this is the way it comes. All right, so what you got to do is, what I just did off camera, is tear it up a little, and then you'll reveal the face of it. Okay, and it's very easy because what you got to do, as I sit here struggle with it, it's very easy. Okay, so what I do is just shove it in through here. Okay, and then the foam will actually hold it in place. It's actually awesome. See, bam, and let it stick out a little, so that way when you put the cover back on, it pushes it in a little, and then once it pushes it in, it's flush against the surface. Okay. This thing also has a little bit of what they call, supposedly this is non-sound deadening material. I mean, gee, I forget the exact word. I forget, but what it does is that it doesn't interfere with the transmission of the voice. But I always take it off just because it has some in it already. And even though you can see it when you look up, whoever really looks up there, you know. All right, so now that we got that covered, we got to run the wire. Run the wire straight through here is a pain. So you cheat. What you do is you come over here. Let me tilt a little. Okay, you come over here and you put your fingers right here. You see? And don't do it for too long, because as you'll see when I pull, this will crease a little. If you pull too hard or too long, it'll hold the crease. Alright. So you see just that little flex doesn't crease. Alright, so now you come back here. Make sure you put the microphone up. Actually, it might be a good idea to just clip it here somewhere. Just make sure it doesn't interfere. First of all, don't clip it on here, and second of all, make sure you're not going to drill through it. And so I look good. Yep. And then what you do is you peek your eyes in there where the screws go and make sure that make sure that you don't see black wire. Okay, hold on. All right, guys. Now I usually don't put the screws back on the video because once you get it off, it's easier to put it back together. Unless it's a trick. But since I did drop that one screw, I wanted to make sure that everyone saw that I put them back, because the internet trolls would be like, "Yeah, right, you're gonna put that screw back." I've been doing this a long time. All right, and also, as you can see how this sticks out? You can stick out more if you want, And once you push it in, it'll be right up against it. And like I said, if you look right there, you can see it. But I mean, no one's ever gonna be, "Oh, look at that." All right, that's it. Now let me show you how to take off the A-pillar so we can run this wire down. All right, A-pillar remover starts all the way back here. For this one, I'm gonna use PPT 1. All right, so we're gonna go over here. It's a lot easier than what it seems right now. The problem is that since I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing, I'm trying to do it from behind the camera. There you go. Okay, so that's that. There's a T25 screw in there. It's a light screw. You can use a T20 to get it out. I always do. But T25 is the proper one. Some screws are in there really tight, so if you try a T20, you'll strip it. But this is in there. This doesn't grip tight, so you're fine. All right, so keep that screw separate because all the screws are different. I know them by now, so I can put them in a cup and know which one's which because I've done so many of these, but you don't want to get lost. And so now we're gonna move you over along the tour. All right, guys. Now this is the handle. All right. Just open it up. Now, if you look up here, there's a little slots. Just grab those slots and pull forward. Usually you need a hook tool. For some reason, I got this one out without a hook tool. Ow, that hurt. So usually what you do is you stick a hook tool in there, or a right angle pick. Right angle pick is better. All right. And then do that. And then here's going to be this is also, I think this might be a T20. I don't remember. All right. And the other one. Oh man, they hit my phone. All right, so just grab them off. Tip with these two is just close the door on it. Yikes. If you just close the door on it, it will hold the screw in place, and you don't have to guess which one goes where. Alright guys, our next part of this install is taking off the visor. It's pretty easy. If you look at this little circle over here, there is a little flathead opening. Don't use a pick, because if you use a pick, you're going to mar it, and then every time I see, whenever, you can know when someone's been in this car, before, because you'll look at the pick, you look at the thing, and there'll be a pick hole in it. There's a little teeny flathead screwdriver. Just put it in there and pull back, and the thing will just fall down, hit the seat. All right. Now, once you get that out, you get this screw. Okay, this is very important. You see how this screw is cocked to the right now? Now you see inside that hole, I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it's not straight on. When you put this back in, you have to put it in the screw hole and kind of hold it a little to the right like that and drill in slowly. And I don't recommend using a ratcheting. I'd recommend using a regular one so you can feel it out. The problem is that if you see how this is right here, if you go straight like this without holding it to the right, you're gonna strip the screw because it doesn't match off perfectly. It's off by like 1 to 2 millimeters. I did that because I haven't done it in years, but I did strip a couple ones when I first got them. Okay, so now what you do now is tilt this forward. You know, that's not gonna work. Yeah, tilt it forward. And then there's a hinge over here, so you're gonna pull forward. Okay, you see that little hinge? So pretty much you're pulling forward and then getting that out. And then you're just gonna, oops, disconnect this right here. This is the light, so when you open this up, it turns on the light, okay? Let me adjust the camera and we'll show you how the whole pillar comes out now. Alright guys, sorry for all the noise, but the people across the street, they wait till I make a video and then they turn on all their trucks. So at least that's what it seems like. But alright, in order to take off the pillar up here, you're gonna have to take this off first. You don't really have to, but you don't want to damage it. This car has a broken glove box. Never heard of that in an Audi, have I? They all break, so if yours is broken, don't feel bad. Alright, so pry. Alright, and that usually never happens. I'm serious about that, that never goes out. But it looks like one of the metal clips fell out. I hope you can hear me. Alright, so there's a bunch of clips here. 3 clips that hold the piece in. This one fell out. If it falls out, just push it back into place. It might take a little force, but you know, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now you gotta take this out. These clips always fall off this thing. They're very annoying. So, well, be careful with that. You don't want to hurt yourself. Installers, we do dumb things. You don't want to do like us. But that's the best way of doing it. Yep, look at that. And the bottom one is never that hard to get off. There you go. Hope that one stayed. Alright, so at this point you're gonna, this is a PPT 3. I think, yeah, 3. All you really gotta do is kind of jam it in there. It's a huge pain to do. Sometimes it's easier to do it with a clip. Alright, that's not gonna work. PPT 5 will work better. I usually just use a right angle pick and pop it right off. Go get one. Alright, so what I just do is right angle pick and just pull. Eventually comes out. All these Audi clips, there you go. It holds it perfect to the body. That's true. It holds it perfect to the body, but then what happens is once you go to pull it out, the plastic gives and it just comes out. But, you know, when you put it back in, just snap back in. Let me adjust the camera now. We can show you the rest of the how to take out the whole pillar. All right, now this is the easy part. Just put your fingers in here. Oops. You know what? Just so you don't scratch it up, because I'm hitting it with my nails. Like that. Every once in a while, this is glued or stuck, and this right here you have to pry. Like when I mean pry, you just gotta pull harder. See, like right now. I don't even know. It must be glue from the factory. It's very odd. But it doesn't happen every time. Let me turn open the door. I never do this with the door closed. I don't know if it's gonna clear it. And I'm just doing it for the door closed because all the noise outside, all the guys at the construction company across the street, they're a big company with a lot of trucks. All right, so that comes right out. And then I think there's 2 or 3 clips over here. Yep, 2. And then just wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. There you go, it comes right out. All right, no, there's 3 clips. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. All right, guys. Now that we got the pillar off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the microphone right here. Okay. Now I always bring it all the way up, so it's not in the way of the hole and the screw that we did here. Okay. So now this is your sunroof drain. All I want you to do is clip it into the rail. don't touch the hose. What that is that your sunroof is never sealed in this car. What it does is that water leaks all around it, and then it just goes down this hose and then goes out the side of the car. But the problem is that if you go pulling on this, you're gonna if you go pulling on this, you might disconnect it from the sunroof, and then what happens every time it rains, it's gonna rain on your head. All right, so now that we got the wire all the way down here, I'm gonna zip tie it to the very back. Only because, so like right down here, I'm gonna zip tie it because this little black nub, that's where the A pillar locks into. So we don't want to lock into that, okay? So, I mean, we don't want the wire getting stuck between that, so you're gonna zip tie it all the way down. I'm gonna get a zip tie, I'll be right back. All right guys, it's a little hard to see. So actually, you know what, let me take the light off. Boom, boom, boom. All right, if I take the light off, it's easier to see. See a little zip tie down there? All that's doing is keeping it from getting wrapped up around there. All right guys, now that we got the wire down to here, all right, so all you're gonna do is you're gonna grab this wire, make sure you tuck it behind this metal plate. All right, goes there. All right, and now we're gonna run the wire to the radio cable. I already took the radio out. Obviously, if you're running a microphone, you're taking the radio out, so just watch the radio installation video. All right, or you're doing a dension unit or Bluetooth unit. All right, so I'm gonna get a grabby tool. You could use a coat hanger, whatever you want. What this does is has a little thing. It grabs the whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna go straight. If you put I'm gonna do it blind, but if you put your face in there and you look, you'll see the light. All right, so just aim towards the light. This is what I should do too. I've done this enough where I think I can find it, because it goes right under the airbag. There it is. All right. Voila. See, I'm pulling. All right, for all you naysayers, I'm gonna do it again, only because I'm a skeptical person. I just can't speak to that. I always say, oh look, I wonder how many shots that took. It's really easy. And I'm not even looking, because if I stick my face in there and I see the light, instead of taking the 10 or 15 seconds it took, it'll take me like 3 seconds. But as you can see, I already learned the way. And there you go. Voila. Alright guys, it's Christian over at Enfig. Just showed you how to run a mic. We also have videos how to install a radio, how to install Bluetooth, how to install iPod, how to install auxiliary. Your car, believe it or not, you know it has an XM antenna. It also has a GPS antenna. All the cars, all A4s 04 to 08, when they have the XM antenna, it also has GPS. It's up on the right side by the back window. We have a video on how to do that. Blah, blah, blah. If you have any problems finding them, just send us an email or give us a call. Alright, video is brought to you by EnfigCarStereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. If you're a shop, we also do wholesale accounts. Alright, Enfig Car Stereo. My name is Christian. Thank you for watching.